Kaye, UBC News. Now, Minister of State for Gender and Culture, Peace Mutuzo, underscores the imperative of recessing women's representation in line with constitutional objectives. Mutuzo advocates for a shift from 30% to a 50-50 representation, aligning with the global push for gender equality and the redefinition of women's human rights. At a national integrational dialogue hosted by Uganda Women's Network and partners at Kabira Country Club, women advocates urged active participation in the review process.
In a national intergenerational dialogue at Kabira Country Club, the Minister of State for Gender and Culture, Peace Mutuzo, commended the positive impact of increased female representation in politics on the status of women in society. Mutuzo emphasized that the growing presence of women in political leadership positions has resulted in the formulation of policies and initiatives that address gender disparities while promoting women's rights and empowerment.
On many occasions, there's nothing that puts women together. But it is important that we inculcate it, because there's really a lot that women suffer together and suffer even without that unity that we have to discuss in cross borders.
She applauds Uganda Women's Network in championing the transformative effects of enhanced gender inclusivity. Minister Mutuzo stressed that effective communication is key in ensuring majority of women are well informed about affirmative action, matching the awareness levels among their male counterparts.
Violence against women does not discriminate an educated, a rural, a poor, or a rich woman. When we go to hospital and we have issues with maternal mortality, it doesn't know class, it doesn't know race, it doesn't know your tribe, it doesn't know your economic status.
Women leaders highlighted the importance of government leadership in safeguarding women's rights, emphasizing the necessity for intentional investments in healthcare infrastructure and systems.
We want better. And the better is we want to see that maternal mortality reduces to close to zero. We want real financial inclusion, looking at those issues that affect or impede women's access to productive resources.
Rita Chirola Cord, Executive Director of Uganda Women's Network, extends the call to action beyond government responsibilities, emphasizing the role of families, communities and individuals in treating women with the respect they deserve.
As a society, do we treat women the way we're supposed to treat them? How do you get a 10-year-old girl, 11-year-old girl pregnant, and you think she will not die or she's not at a risk of dying? Who makes that girl pregnant? Where are the parents? Who protects the perpetuators? These are things, so it is not one straight bullet that is going to fix this thing. It is each and every one of us, but government must lead in protecting women's rights.
This passionate commitment to advancing women's rights represents a significant step forward, achieving inclusive and equitable representation, women advocates concluded. Robert Whiter compiled this report.
The Minister of Health, Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, has revealed that there is stagnation in coverage for vaccines, especially in routine immunizations, and with support, hoping to enhance the coverage to over 95% for the 13 antigens and immunization. Acheng made these remarks while receiving cold chain equipment, motorcycles, and trucks procured by Africa CDC through the MasterCard Foundation.
The Ministry of Health has received cold chain equipment, motorcycles and refrigerated vans worth $4.9 million procured by Africa CDC aimed at increasing availability of vaccines and improving cold chain capacity. The Minister for Health, Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, appreciated the gesture made by the partners, noting that the equipment will be installed in district vaccine stores, private not-for-profit hospitals and private public health facilities.
That there is a stagnation in coverage for vaccine, most recently in routine immunization, and we are hopeful that with the current capacity of the program and in collaboration with our partners, UNICEF is here, through whom the items were procured, together with the district local government, we can enhance the coverage to over 95% for the 13 antigens under routine immunization.
The supporting partners made commitment to continuously support the Ministry of Health by improving immunization outcome in the country.
This assortment comprising of 14 high-tech refrigerators, 14 temperature monitors, 24 vaccine freezers, and 38 stabilizers, along with 72 cold boxes and 4,200 vaccine carriers, will be strategically distributed across the 20 districts and city vaccine stores to significantly enhance the storage and transport of vaccines.
And the total procurement that we handled was close to 1 million for all these items. I'm therefore delighted to be here today to be part of this momentous handover of the equipment that will improve the service delivery levels for the benefit of the patients, health workers, and the communities that we serve.
The equipment was handed over to national medical stores to handle vaccine last mile delivery program to support immunization services in the country.
The vaccines that we deliver to the districts do not only go to government health facilities. They go, in addition to the government health facilities, to all the private hospitals and clinics, and including the private not-for-profit.
Zahra Abigaba, UBC News.
Now, civil society organizations have asked courts of law to create a separate court system headed by trained personnel, mainly on issues of gender-based violence. According to Paul Wuziba, Senior Program Officer, Center for Domestic Violence, and the courts must preside over justice without creating room for stigma of victims of gender-based violence. They have also called upon Parliament to pass pending bills that empower both men and women on fair grounds. The 2023 focus for the 16 days of activism is on building solidarity and investment and prevention of violence against women.
We want Parliament, especially the Parliament of Uganda, to be fair to Ugandans, to discuss issues that pertain fairness between women and men, to ask questions and table bills that are fair, that are conducive, that are sensitive to the rights of women and girls, not only looking at laws or policies that perpetrate men's power over women in every sphere of life. We want Parliament to ensure that they prioritize implementation of already passed gender-sensitive laws like the Domestic Violence Act, but also to pass the pending bills that are aimed at ensuring fairness between men and women. And where there is loophole in some laws, they should actually do what we call judicial activism with the aim of addressing the root cause of the problem.
So we are calling upon Parliament, for example, to pass the gender pending equality bills into law. For example, the Sexual Offences Bill, the Employment Amendment Bill, and the Marriage Bill.
Now, the former Inspector General of Police, General Kale Kaihura, and the Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomonsi, have attended the MK team organized climax of build-up activities in Kanungu district. General Kaihura expressed the need to harness the NRM government programs and also embrace the MK movement for better service delivery.
The Friday afternoon downpour in Kanungu district did not stop hundreds from attending the MK movement events, as many braved the last droplet. By 3 p.m., the dignitaries led by former Inspector General of Police, retired General Kale Kaihura, started arriving in Kanungu to honor the invitation. They began by commissioning mobilization offices of the MK movement for Kanungu district. They later headed to the venue where hundreds were waiting for them as the pressure group convened to activate their team-building activities. The team-building activities are majorly looking at popularizing the foster general as well as strengthening grassroots support.
Nkaridas bakanungu kuruka Kampala tuija kwatira omwanya tuija kwatira kanungu kugira ngo direct ostamaitirize kanungu security eri guruguru.
That we give all our support to General Muhoozi Kainerugaba because we are certain he doesn't need to send anybody for him to deliver a message we give him. He sits on breakfast with his father. On a cup of coffee, all these things can be discussed and the needs of the community discussed.
Again, the numbers you have seen it yourself, and what I can say is that General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, our President Museveni, wherever you are, just to know that Kigezi loves you more than any other region. And we will show in 2026 that we love you all.
The Minister for ICT and National Guidance, who also doubles as the Chinchiz East Member of Parliament, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, was the host delegate.
Government ya Uganda kumwatandikire omukubanza mwatandikana isoro limirubi ko kujuma movement kwereka mu movement kozire neja nazare atv nkuru kwabura government na ati wacha wewe mujede pora.
Dr. Baryomunsi revealed why most of them had disassociated themselves from the MK movement.
Neja nashiganira oda President Yoweri Museveni echa cha MK kwa ninyo vice we yomu NRM. Then President yatkaje mbabugane atecho kujangoro rurimi rutebekane na NRM. Nicho warebere President ubara muyabeta yababugana. It was after my conversation with him. So hati mwashoborora MK kumwano zarigwa mu movement na yenda ku movement gumeho na President Yoweri Museveni yayisobwire bwo kumura movement etakagira etakarugaho egumize mahabwe birungi turi hamwe abagambire gwebindi ugamba nebigambo lya government.
But today we told him we can work together as we are supporting you now. After, please support us, and he confirmed he will support us.
Retired former Inspector General Police General Kale Kayihura was the chief guest.
Mwashoborora ekintu kya MK movement na NRM. Abo kitura ni kindia. Oburangu mwe abantu omubantu kikacha leta mbwenu confusion. Mbwenu ngwagume hamaini hariho abari kuratira ngo agume hame ngo toka aruga hamaini. Then abandi ngo nibagoberera MK movement standby generator. Bati mukaronde irindi zina mweruka mugira mujoga mugeta ku generator. Beterizo Honorable Chris Baryomunsi ari mwenu chairman wa movement wa Western Region kandi ari member wa Central Committee ya NRM kandi niwe spokesman wa government na Dr. Balam kureba ngo mwene ekintu eki bashobororage.
These team-building activities are almost the last dots on the movement's calendar for 2023. Crispus Arinitwe, Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Now, persons with disabilities want government and other service providers to scale up employment opportunities in the formal sector that accommodates them to enable them participate actively in the money economy. Let's hear more in this report.
has provided spaces for people with disabilities, especially the training of young people.
Given the numerous strides by government to break the unemployment burden in the country, persons with disability feel they have been left behind. This is attributed to the many persons with disability who are denied chance to explore their knowledge in the workspaces due to their physical appearance. State Minister for Disability Affairs, Helen Asamo, says more should be done.
Let us have employment opportunities for these young people with disabilities in all our ministries, departments and agencies. If we can put in a quota, like the Act tells us that a 5% be put out there to employ people with disabilities. They have qualifications. It really is not about disability, but they are really qualified to get this job.
Many persons with disabilities have been educated. They've got degrees, they've gone through different academic careers, but they end up not being employed.
Unemployment among persons with disability is also attributed to poor planning, where government still lags behind in streamlining the formal employment system.
But then it also goes back to planning, because once you know you need all these things, when you do your plans every year, budgeting and all that, do you incorporate these needs? If you do not plan, as they say, you're planning to fail. So normally you go to institutions and they'll tell you, but you know, we don't have that planned anywhere. Fine, now that you know, can you already think about it the next year?
The Executive Director, Federation of Uganda Employers, Douglas Opio, emphasizes the need for positive attitude towards work, discouraging low self-esteem among persons with disability.
You shouldn't be feeling sorry for yourself. You shouldn't be having self-pity. You shouldn't be put in a box. Don't allow the stereotypes to define you. But it matters what your attitude is and what your competences are.
Attitude of employers look at a person with disability like me and they think that I cannot be employed, I don't have the skills, I don't have the abilities. Sometimes they think I'm giving them a burden to employ me. They look at my physical appearance and make a personal judgment, and that attitude of employers drive us away to get employed by the employers.
This is part of the forthcoming commemoration of the International Day of Persons with Disability, to be celebrated on the 3rd of December 2023. Irene Faith Nantongo, Mary Namukose, UBC News.
Now, chief administrative officers have decried mistreatment by the public and media, who portray them as the most corrupt civil servants in the country. The COWs made their complaints during a meeting with Ministry of Local Government Permanent Secretary here in Kampala.
Chief administrative officers are responsible for implementing government programs and policies, managing public funds and assets, and overseeing service delivery at the local level. However, they claim that they are often unfairly targeted and harassed by public, the media, and some politicians who accuse them of corruption.
When you say accounting officers are stealing money, they only know that the accounting officer is the clerk. They don't even know that a PS or a town clerk or who is accounting officer. They only know. So in the villages, we are stigmatized. Wherever you go, they look at you as a thief.
They claim they should have been rewarded since they are working under harsh conditions, coupled with understaffing and constant interference from various stakeholders.
There are areas that also make actually COWs not perform to the expectation. For instance, the staffing level, whether in health, in education, if it's not commensurate, how do you perform perfectly well?
They have also appealed for protection of their reputation since they are sacrificing a lot in serving their country.
Me, I have a father who is 92 years. When he hears that the cows on radio, it's like dying. Except our names, because we have really dedicated ourselves to serve this country.
This follows the Inspectorate of Government report indicating that government loses 10 trillion shillings to corruption every financial year.
Some of us are struggling even to pay fees for our children. But you are labeled that accounting officers are thieves. Could you help us and publish Who steals this 10 trillion?
If people don't attend to duty, how do shoddy works happen? Because they don't supervise. If you were supervising them, you're able to see this. And if you don't do that, if you supervise and you don't see that, you are incompetent.
The permanent secretary in the Ministry of Local Government, Benjamin Kumumanya, acknowledged their concerns and urged them to uphold the highest standards of integrity, accountability, and transparency in their work.
Use relevant agencies. They are there who are mandated to fight corruption, to fight this, to manage the works. You are not stuck about the road, the bridge, and your engineers. Because the engineer is a brother-in-law of this one. Bring a Minister of Works to do an audit. Bring an Auditor General to do an audit. And we'll give you a report.
Joseph Oko, UBC.
Jovia. Ng'oyolekera ku lugendo luno olw'obulamu. Nkuwa ekirabo eky'amaanyi agatazizibwa. Amaanyi okulabibwa n'okuwulirwa mu mawanga ag'ewala ennyo. Okutuuka buli wamu nga yadde togenzeeyo. Ensi yonna ng'ekuli mu ngalo. Okutambula mu biseera n'okumanya buli kimu ekirina okumanyibwa. Jovia, kino kye kirabo kyange gy'oli.
Tewali kumu ku kiki osobola okukola ku mukutu nnandameggwa ogwa MTN.
All the games to play. Martha. Ndoza Mulabi, we can't even agree on what to eat. At least the one thing for now we can all agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long. Anti-economy. I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Ate alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
In
the heart of Uganda, a financial revolution is happening. We were once left out, saving the old-fashioned way, with an unexpected saving spot, keeping it too close for comfort. But now, we found a better way to save and manage money. Download the Wendy app from Google Play or App Store or dial *229#. With Wendy, your money is safe and you can earn interest daily. Visit your Google Play or App Store or dial *229# to register. Wendy Wanawoli.
Malaria is still the #1 cause of death in Uganda. To help you protect your family from malaria, the government of Uganda is continuing its mosquito nets distribution campaign to give mosquito nets to every household in the country. Register and receive your mosquito nets from the community health worker. Distribution of nets in the following districts and cities will take place from the 28th to the 29th of November 2023. Bulisa, Mityana, Kagadi, Kole, Agago, Kumi, Omoro, Ngora, Ngoya, Amuria, Manafwa, Pader, Katakwi, Sembabule, Mubende, Chikube, Hoima District, Hoima City and Chitagwenda. Together, we can trust malaria out of Uganda. Sleep under a mosquito net every night. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from the Global Fund.
Under the net, no malaria will catch.
Prof Bio Research, winners of the Best East Africa Brand Award 2023, invites you for the 8th Great Sundowner Sentes Mera Committee from 26 November to 2nd December 2023, full week blast. Keynote trainer Omukenku Funyanzi Julius, Chuma Chiwagala Chuma. Topics include Pampers and Vermiculite soil fertilizers production, mechanized banana juice production and preservation, Ganoderma mushroom cultivation and castor plant cultivation, aloe vera gel and juice making and castor oil making, bathing and herbal soap production and matchbox making at Tutorial Mall Hall Rooftop from 26 November to 2nd December 2023, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Entrance 100,000 shillings or book via mobile money on 0703 152 152. Buy a ticket at 100,000 shillings and get a free tray of saffron eggs, Ganoderma mushroom garden and a training certificate.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Mbara and Jinja.
Welcome back from that short break, and News Tonight continues. Now, the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, together with JICA, have launched an entrepreneurship support and startup ecosystem to strengthen advisory projects and uplift emerging innovations. Joshua Motambi, the Commissioner in charge of small and medium-sized enterprises at the Ministry of Trade, commented on the inclusion of these startups among small enterprises to enable them take off.
The Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives intends to leverage on emerging and ever-evolving technological innovations and startups to aggregate sectors towards achieving aspirations of the National Development Plan 3.
With the objective to increase job creation, exports, and market of value-added products.
Working with Japan International Cooperative Agency JICA, the Trade Ministry has launched the Entrepreneurship Support and Startup Ecosystem Strengthening Advisory Project to bolster resilience of these innovative technologies.
I know that we have issues of the patenting, the intellectual property rights, and other areas, but with the support from JICA and other partners, I think we are starting the journey to make sure that our startups, the infant stage startups, will be able to leapfrog and be counted among other countries, as you have seen.
The United Nations Development Programme has established a software and startups testing equipment at Makerere University to save innovators costs of traveling abroad for application approval.
So now we have procured this heavy equipment that is going to help us do testing of all our prototypes within here at Makerere University.
Stakeholders in the innovation field want a specific policy addressing issues of innovations and startups to separate them from small and medium-sized enterprises.
The current policy that we have was focusing more on SMEs and MSMEs with less focus on the startups.
We are trying to make sure that the startups that are actually coming up are startups that are solutioning for the problems we are facing today.
The 2023 Uganda Innovation Week has brought together different innovators and development partners with intention of providing connectivity opportunities. It is themed Adapt or Be Left Behind, Opportunities for Ugandan Entrepreneur in the Digital Economy. Abdul Nasiri Lubwama for UBC.
Now, in the area of financial literacy, Junior Achievement Uganda, a local NGO, has joined hands with Prudential to impart essential financial literacy skills to more than 10,000 pupils across 5 local government schools in central Uganda. Now, the innovation program known as Chaching serves as a comprehensive platform where students are educated on crucial aspects of earning, saving, spending and donating. Gayaza Junior School, a prominent participant in this initiative, recently celebrated a significant milestone as its pupils received certificates of achievement following months of dedicated training. This collaborative effort between Junior Achievement Uganda and Prudential not only highlights the commitment to fostering financial empowerment, but also, among other, it will also underscore the importance of equipping the next generation with the knowledge and skills necessary for financially savvy future. The impact of this initiative is poised to resonate beyond the classroom, shaping a generation of responsible and informed individuals prepared to navigate the complexities of financial landscape.
Learning about Chaching in my school, it has inspired me to start saving money for future use, for things I may need in future.
Chaching helps us because we learn how to earn. After earning, we can save, then we can spend some and leave some for donation. You can make friendship like that, and you can also be part of this program called Chaching because it actually develops you in future. And you'll be such an important person in the future. You learn all those stuff about money, and you also help your children, even your neighbors. You can encourage them to join Chaching and learn more about it, because this isn't where it stops, it continues until you grow up. Chaching is a nice program and you should continue with it.
In this program, we are introducing the concept of smart money management skills, where we are letting the learners know at an early stage that to earn money, you have to work for it, and that after they have earned, you have to save something before you even start spending. And when it comes to spending, they've been reminded that they have to spend wisely. They are chronologically guided on how to differentiate between needs and wants, and at the end of the day, they are able to concentrate on the needs as opposed to giving priority to the wants. And over and above all, we encourage them that in addition to whatever you're doing, you should be able to save, to donate something to the needy, people who are out there waiting for our support.
Welcome back. As we enter into the world of sports, the 25th edition of Kenyatta Golf Open Tournament kicked off today, Friday, 24th November 2023. There were 24 professionals and 26 players that participated in the grass category in Masinde. The competition continues through Saturday. Let's hear more in this report.
The 25th edition of the Kenyatta Golf Open started Friday, 24th November. 200 players from all over the country are expected to participate in the annual event. The seniors took charge on Friday, with the amateurs expected to take center stage on Saturday, 25th November at the grounds.
I'm back with a mission on this course to defend this championship again if all goes well. Well, with God, nothing is impossible, everything is possible. I have players also who have been upping up their games recently, so I expect competition from my fellow players because they haven't been sleeping since they know this is not a bad course, a good course, and also the sponsors are good presence always there. So it's going to be man-to-man, tussle it out with fellow golfers around here.
This tournament is set to be a thrilling watch for spectators over the weekend, as the grounds were needed to be ready in due time.
We thank Kenyatta Sugarworks for the good work they do. I would like to thank the course workers. The course is in good shape for all the members to come in and enjoy, to all the golfers to come in and enjoy. The professionals, were 24 professionals who are playing this event.
The winners will receive prizes alongside a professional kitty of 10 million Uganda shillings from the tournament organizers. The tournament is sponsored by Kenyatta Sugar, KCB Bank, and Gold Star, to mention but a few. Marshall Mira Victor, UBC News.
Now that's it from us. Thank you so much for choosing us and allowing us into your space. My name is Patricia Lokoma Mpango, alongside Mogalo Mohammed in Sign Language. Let's meet again at 10 o'clock.
Jovia ng'oyolekera ku lugendo luno olw'obulamu nkuwa ekirabo eky'amaanyi agatazizibwa, amaanyi okulabibwa n'okuwulirwa mu mawanga ag'ewala ennyo, okutuuka buli wamu nga yadde togenzeeyo, ensi yonna ng'ekuli mu ngalo. Okutambula mu biseera n'okumanya buli kimu ekirina okumanyibwa.